salute to oneof1.d. He sent this to me on Instagram. If you guys got any videos that you would like me to react to, just send it to me. Best way to contact me though is my email. I'll put it on the screen right now.
Okay, I'm sorry to keep y'all waiting, but this is what happened. This is a story time, and this is crazy.
Squad.
Okay, so I get a phone call from this man. His name is Derek. He said his name is Derek, and he said that he was looking for, and he named my boyfriend's name. He said he was looking for him because my boyfriend got his girlfriend pregnant and gave her an STD. So then I'm like, okay, hold on, wait, hold up. And then he proceeds to put the girl on the phone. And she's like, hey, my name is Keisha, and your boyfriend's the only person I've been messing with, and I'm pregnant by him, and he gave me an STD, and he's been avoiding me. So then I instantly begin to freak out. I'm freaking out. I'm like, okay, like I'm really trying to like process all this. And she's like, can I come meet you and talk to you? Like, I want to speak to you. And I'm like, okay, like, because me at the end of the day, like, I've been pregnant and I know what it feels like to, you know, feel alone at times. And I'm like, so if this man really avoiding her, like, no, we finna get down to the bottom of this. Like, we finna, like, what? And so I'm like, okay, yeah, pull up. We finna get this straight. Pull up. So while she's on the way, I'm going inside. I'm asking him questions. And I don't want to, like, let him know what's up all the way yet because I want to see if he's going to lie. So I'm like, when we broke up, who was the last person you did the do with? And, like, he's saying, you know, like, he didn't say the girl's name. The girl said her name was Keisha. And so I'm just, like, thinking in my head, like, okay, like, you're trying to hide something. Like, you're lying. You're lying. And so I go through his phone. I don't see nobody in there named Keisha. I honestly don't see no bitches at all. So I'm like, okay, you're hiding. Like, you deleted the messages. Like, you think you slick. Like, okay. And so, like, some time go by. I'm still questioning him. I'm putting on the pressure. And then she called me talking about some she outside. So then when she say she outside, like a couple minutes, I'm walking outside. I'm looking for her. Like, she's not responding. She's not saying anything. And then she texts me talking about my boyfriend just texted her. And so I'm like, what you mean my boyfriend just texted you? And then she go, hold up. And she hang up the phone. And then the same number called back, but it's the man, Derek, this time. And he say that his girlfriend just jumped out the car crying as soon as she seen a text message from my boyfriend. So I'm like, okay, so now you really do know who this bitch is and you've been lying. So I go and I confront him. And I'm like, you just texted her. She just told me you just texted her. You liar. And he's like, bro, you're delusional. Like, you're being delusional. And I'm like, no, you think you're gaslighting me. You're manipulating me. So then he go, you know what, bro, I'm done with this. I'm done. You're being delusional. I'm done. So then I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. And so I walk out the house and he followed me, okay? He follows me. And then the next thing I know, I hear someone yell, like, put your hands up. And I turn around and this man has a gun pointed at my boyfriend.
What?
And I'm like, what? We have a child and y'all know that. Like,
that's what I'm saying. You gotta learn how to talk to me, bro.
Hold up.
Like, for real.
Hold up. It was that. Oh, that was the police.
Bang! It's good.
Man, this shit is crazy. Hold up. I thought this story was a little wild. I thought the fact that a dude called this other woman to say that your boyfriend knocked up my girlfriend and got her STD. I thought that was weird. Another thing that was super suspicious and dumb on the young lady's part who was just talking, to give strangers her address. She just told this lady and this man to pull up because she was so pissed about her boyfriend allegedly cheating that she gave strangers her address who turned out to be the goddamn police.
You can't make this shit up, people.
Wow.
oh my God.
I'm not laughing about him going to jail. I just think the entire situation is funny. The person who sent this to me sent it to me on IG. And what I ended up doing was going over to TikTok and find the original video. But going off the comments of this Instagram is hilarious because they brought up something that I hadn't thought about. This comment right here says, stop lying. You turned him in for the reward money. I hadn't thought about that. Another comment reads, she's lying. She turned him in knowingly for the reward money. Another comment right here reads, better be lucky it was the cops and not the man ops, just giving your address to strangers. Exactly. She told that woman and man who she did not know just to pull up. Don't ever just give your location like that. That's crazy. And this right here is the comment that I was looking for right here. In 2024, people will believe a stranger and doubt their friends. That's not just 2024, bro. Your point still stands. And that's the biggest point that I wanted to make off this whole scenario. I remember this happened to me years ago when I was like 18 or 19 dating a girl. Her and I worked together, and another chick at the job, remember she called me one day and all this crazy stuff that some random chick at her job had told her about me, which wasn't true. And I'll never forget having to stop her while she was trying to go off of me and say, hey, stop. You gonna believe this random woman over me, your boyfriend? And again, we were 18, 19 years old at the time, but I still vividly remember telling her, don't you ever come at me like that. If you got an issue with me, you come talk to me. You gonna believe a random chick that you don't even know like that over your boyfriend? Don't ever do that. This woman took random phone calls from a man and woman she did not believe, but she was so worked up at the suspicion that her child's father was cheating, and she just invited him over her house, turned out to be the damn police, and locked her baby daddy up. Is that legal, by the way? He's getting good with it. That story was crazy enough, but I actually thought this story was pretty good as well.
Laura.
Hi.
All right, welcome back. Let's call this guy Eddie. You met on one of the apps. You went on a date. You thought everything went really well. You were hoping to see the guy again, but you haven't heard from him, and you kind of feel, I mean, you're bummed out because you liked him. You're bummed out because you had to get a babysitter and spend time away from your kids. It was kind of just a lot, and you're let down because you were hoping it was all going to be worth it, and now you're being ghosted, and you want to know why.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Well, let's call this guy now. Good luck, Zara.
All right, thank you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Eddie?
Yeah, who's this?
Hey, Eddie, good morning. My name is Fred. I'm calling from the Fred Show, the morning radio show. The whole crew is here, and I have to tell you that we are on the radio right now. I would need your permission to continue with the call. Does that mean we can talk?
Yes,
Hell
no.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, thank you.
This is unusual.
It is unusual. I'll give you that. We're calling on behalf of a woman named Zara. You guys met on one of the apps, and I guess you went out recently. Wow, this guy's very matter of fact. Okay, so you remember her then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember her.
So what happened? Because she called us and said she liked you a lot and was hoping to see you again, and you've ghosted her. I mean, is that true? Did you ghost her?
Well,
are you ghosting her?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I'll tell you exactly what happened.
Okay.
So we went on a date, and it was great. We were having a good conversation. Great. It comes to around the end of the meal. I head to the bathroom, and I come back. And then the waiter brings the bill, and it's a lot more than I thought it was going to, look it over. I call him over, and I ask him, hey, why is my bill so much? And he's like, well, she, while you were in the bathroom, added 3 entrees and an appetizer to go. I was like, okay.
So she was hungry. She was a hungry lady.
Yeah.
Better not.
I assume she ate on the date, too, right?
Yes, she ate. We had, 2 appetizers even, and a dessert. So, I mean, she was full. But it seemed like she was taking them home for her kids.
Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Who is the food for?
For her kids.
Oh.
So she ordered
She was
food.
taking it home for her kids.
Oh.
And she, okay. And she didn't tell you she was going to do this or offer to pay or, I mean, she didn't even give you a heads up. She just tried to sneak it in there.
No, she was sneaky about it and did it while I was out in the bathroom.
Huh.
As soon as he said that she ordered 3 meals and an appetizer, he was in the bathroom, I was thinking like, that was for her kids. But no way she was that bold. Are you kidding me? And I guarantee you, when she called this, the Fred Show, she told him her sob story. I guarantee you, she did not mention that part. Going to say, well, the date went good. We had a meal and everything was fine. I guarantee you, whoever this host is, and you can tell by his reaction and his crew's reaction, he left out that part. That ain't the most trifling thing, man.
And you don't feel obligated to feed her children on a
Hell
date
no.
that you went on with her.
I mean, listen, I understand she got a babysitter. They're not cheap, but I'm sure it was cheaper than the meal that they got. I appreciate all that, but they're not my kids.
And she just kind of did it without asking. Let me bring Zara in. I forgot to mention that Zara is here. I'm very forgetful.
Of course you did.
Zara, you left out the part where you ordered
several
meals to take home.
What'd I tell you?
Asking about it. Because, I mean, did you know he was going to pay? I mean, you didn't seem to say anything when the bill came.
No, I mean, he asked me on a date. I would expect he's going to pay. I think that's just kind of typical that the guy pays, especially when he's
For you.
For you.
I mean, he asked you on a date, and he paid for you. That was the plan. I don't know that he necessarily signed up to pay for your whole family to eat.
Those aren't his kids.
No, I mean, I get that. They're not his kids, but I mean, he knew I had kids. He knows I'm a single mom.
So he's supposed to, so he, part of him asking you out on a date is him also providing a dinner for your family at home?
I would have rather them come to the date.
Right.
I didn't
Right.
get to meet these kids.
You can at least meet the crumb snatchers you paying for.
Or pay the babysitter.
Oh, no, that's out of control. No, that's too much. That's way too much. You want to know.
I'm surprised you didn't get anything for the babysitter either.
Yeah.
Right?
Was the babysitter supposed to eat or no?
two.
I mean, she needed sustenance.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, really, is this standard for you, Zara? Like, you think that, I mean, I'm just curious, like, you think that if you're asked out, that then that essentially means that everybody gets dinner, like in the whole family?
I mean, if I'm not home to feed them because I'm on this date that you asked me to come on, and I guess
She tried
that you agreed to go on.
But yeah, and because I expected he would be a gentleman and pay for it. But here's the big
I did pay for it.
And that's the other
He
thing.
did wind up paying for everything.
And that's the other thing, the sign language. He's going to shame you or guilt you. Or a real man wouldn't have no problem. Man, no, a stupid man wouldn't have no problem paying.
I'm not a confrontational guy or a monster. I wasn't going to be like, no, we're not giving these kids food.
I would have.
Like,
But it was a little.
Fuck
It
that.
was a little comfortable, and the fact that you didn't tell him that you were doing it is
Right.
also a little sneaky. I mean, in fairness.
And I don't like that either, being called sneaky. I mean, the waiter came by while he was in the bathroom. If he'd been sitting at the table, I would have done it right in front of him.
Cap. I call Cap. You're lying. You purposely did that, and that man went to the restroom. Stop the Cap. If he was sat right there, he would have not had the balls to do that. She is lying, and she's dusty, and she weeded herself out, man. These type of actions make you a terrible human being.
I mean,
I don't
like,
have a problem with
A
that.
I've
horrible
gone to
person.
dinner with my friends who have kids, and at the end of the meal, they'll say, hey, I need to take something home for so-and-so. Can you make that separate, or I'll pay for the whole thing because I'm adding stuff onto it? Like, I'm not necessarily expected to buy dinner even for my own friends' kids who I know and would buy dinner for. But you'd barely know this guy, and he doesn't even know them, and he also didn't know he was doing that. I mean, that probably added, what, $60 to the...
it's
to the
almost double the bill.
yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
at least it's a conversation. Like, hey, I got to bring some food home for the kids, and then he can decide then if he wants to pay for it or not. But it sounds like you just kind of assume without asking.
No, I absolutely assumed. I assumed you asked me on a date, then you're going to take care of the check. I think that's just pretty standard.
So then, should he pay their tuition as well, or like,
Right?
Should he have paid for the
Medical
babysitter?
bills.
Like, should he have paid for the babysitter? It's an interesting question. Why didn't you ask him? Why didn't you bill him for that?
Didn't offer. But yeah, that would be nice too.
Man, get the fuck. That dude is much nicer than I am. Much nicer than I am. I'm not necessarily saying he's wrong. He's way nicer than I am. When I would have came back to the bathroom and I see this, and I saw that bill, and I'm like, hold up. This is for 3, 4, what is this? And I found out what she did. I would say, hey, I'm paying for myself and her meal. These other 3, them shit's on her. Audacity to do that. She got offended at and called sneaky. Oh, I'm not trying to be sneaky. If he was sitting right here, I'd have done the same thing. You're lying. You wouldn't have done that. But at the end of the day, man, no harm, no foul. Man obviously had the extra money to pay for her meal. But she doesn't realize that she weeded herself away. Sometimes people like this do themselves the service, but they do you a favor. You already know I'm not dealing with this woman. If you're going to do something like that on the first date, it's crazy, man. But you guys let me know what you think. Do better, squad. Fall out. Tell you this.
Wouldn't let that shit happen to me, though.